Stop lying. Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here. I wanted to do a quick little video about lying to the spectators. Now, one thing that some spectators have said to me before, and I try not to take it personally, but it does bother me just a little bit. Spectators will say, you know, how can you live with yourself? Your profession is all about lying to people. So it got me thinking, do I really lie to people? I obviously misdirect them, and I obviously misguide them a little bit because I don't want them to follow everything that I'm doing. But am I lying to them? So this video will kind of be based on two things. Number one, it'll be from like a practical standpoint, where if you're lying to the spectators, they're going to catch you more often. It's actually going to, be more of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Helpful ways to improve your performance, I should say. The second thing is the moral dilemma of, am I lying to people while I'm doing this? And we're going to talk about that part of it too. So from the first standpoint of the practical standpoint, if you're lying to spectators, you're going to increase your chances of getting called out more and more by them. So here's an example of this. Let's just say I show them the card. It's the card that they chose. It has their signature on it, and like I do a top change. So now I've switched it. And I'm going to place an indifferent card into the deck. There's two ways I can do this. Here's me lying. All right, everyone, so here's your card. It's got your signature on it, top change. I'm going to go ahead and take your card, and I'm going to place it right into the middle of the deck, just like this. So let's stop there for a second. What was the lie? The lie was, I'm going to take your card and place it into the middle of the deck. I'm not placing their card into the middle of the deck. I'm placing an indifferent card into the middle of the deck. So how is this problematic? Well, if I say, I'm going to place your card into the middle of the deck, I'm offering them a chance to say, hold on a minute, let me see, let me double check that you really are placing my card into the deck. By me saying I'm going to place your card in, you're kind of setting off the subconscious alarm in their minds where they say, let me just double check real quick that it really is my card. So how can we fix this? Rather than telling a lie, you want to tell a half-truth. So here's what the half-truth would look like using the same example. Here's the card with your signature on it, top change. Would you say this is about halfway down the deck, give or take? Let's go ahead and place this card right there. The reason it's a half-truth is because I didn't lie to them. I didn't say I'm going to place their card there. I said we're going to place this card there. It is implied that it's their card, but I know it's not their card. So I didn't give them an opportunity to pause me and double check that it's their card. Because the question was more about, would you agree this is halfway down the deck? They can see that it truly is halfway down the deck, and if they had any rebuttal to that, it would be, no, I don't think it's halfway down the deck. Can you go a little further? Does that make sense? So making their card an afterthought and telling a half-truth rather than telling a lie isn't going to put their card into full focus. Show them their card, let them see the face, execute the top change. What was your name again, sir? Steve? Would you say this is about halfway down? Give or take? Let's go ahead and put the card right about there. Would you say that that's fair? Right? They don't really have anything to rebut because, yeah, you said exactly what you were going to do. You said that you were going to place the card about halfway down. Is that fair? And it is. Now, if I was to say, I'm going to go ahead and take your card, and I'm going to place your card right in the middle. It seems like it's the same thing, but it really kind of gives them an opportunity to, if there's going to be a rebuttal in their mind, it's going to be, is that my card going into the middle? Does that make sense? Now, I'm not saying you're always going to get called out on it, but you might get called out on it every so often. By finding ways to change your vocabulary a little bit, it's going to help you cover up a lot more of these moves, and it's going to stop spectators from asking you to stop and convince them that what you're doing is what you're saying. So if you're finding yourself getting heckled a lot, this might be one of the things that you're doing wrong. Try replacing lies with these half-truths and see if it works out for you. Now, the second thing is the moral dilemma. Am I lying to people, and is that wrong? Let's look at this from the standpoint of going to watch a movie. If you're sitting down in the movie theater, let's just say you've just watched Avengers Endgame. Now, while I'm watching that movie, I'm watching Iron Man fly around, right? I'm watching all of these, characters fighting with each other. Obviously, it's all fiction. Is the Marvel Studios company morally obligated to tell me during the film that none of this stuff is real and that Iron Man isn't really flying, it's actually a green screen effect, and Robert Downey Jr., though he's in the Iron Man suit, when the Iron Man is flying around, it's actually not him, it's a CGI. Obviously not, right? So if you're lying to people in the sense that you're deceiving them while you're doing magic, there's no moral issue with that. It becomes a moral issue, however, if you lie to them to make them believe that you do have some kind of supernatural powers and you're using it to harm them. An example of this might be like a televangelist doing some kind of simple magic trick. Like, have you ever seen this one? Where the arms are not the same length and then you go like this and now they're the same length? And then claiming that God gave you the ability to do that, and God gave you healing abilities and, to bringing people in, and maybe someone might have cancer and they're considering going to the hospital, but you've said that God gave you healing abilities, so you're going to use those abilities to heal their cancer. That's when it becomes a moral problem. So as long as you're not telling people that what you're doing is real, then there's not really much of a problem with it, in my opinion. But what are your guys' thoughts about this? It's an interesting subject. It's a conversation that we had in the Theory 11 forums a while back, and I'm just curious to know what you guys think about it. Anyways, my name is Michael O'Brien. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys with more advice for magicians. Take care.